we have the 4-hour price chart for Broadcom Incorporated, stock ticker AVGO. So here we can see that the stock is trading under a bit of selling pressure here into the current trading session. We do have a very eventful week here this week in terms of the broader market. We will be seeing some significant earnings reports this week, so we do need to sort of prepare here for a bit of increase in general market volatility because the technology sector is likely to experience probably some very significant changes here in a very short period of time. So currently we can see that the stock has posted near-term lows coming in at 146.94. And this follows the prior highs, which were posted just above 155. This would have occurred during yesterday's trading session, July 29. So this currently sort of forms the range that we're dealing with just ahead of the 200-period exponential moving average, which is now appearing on the 4-hour chart. So that would be this blue line down here. So for the most part, we have started to see some support here, but we're sort of closing back in on this level. And if we don't see bounces here relatively soon, it does start to look like this 145.53 low, which posted on July 25, is likely to start coming under pressure once again. So we will kind of zoom into the hourly charts here to get a closer look at these price moves. So as we can see here, we are forming a bit of a trading range here, and we are currently below all four of the exponential moving averages on the hourly chart. For the most part, the indicator reading, on the 4-hour chart, it was bullish. It was bearish as well, and we're seeing similar indications here on the hourly chart. So, overall here, we're not yet trading into oversold territory, which suggests that a bounce would not be imminent. But we do have a little bit of a bullish divergence condition here. We just sort of zoom in a bit. We can see that the indicator reading here is pointed in the upward direction, even though we're really seeing sideways to lower trading activity here. So this would qualify as a bullish divergence for this chart, and this is the hourly chart, so it is a very important chart to be watching. But at best, all that we would really be able to call this would be a sideways consolidation trading pattern. But this type of activity is not being reflected in the indicator reading itself. If we look to the bottom of the chart here, we can see that there is an uptrend line in the relative strength index reading. That's this purple line at the bottom of the chart. So this does suggest that the indicator reading itself is not really confirming these new price lows. Currently, we're trading very close to prior support zones. Currently, we're looking at prices of 147.90. So we're really trading right back at the lows here. But as we can see, the indicator reading is not trading at its lows. So this does suggest that a bullish divergence could be building here, and this does suggest that we could be looking at a bottom, at least as far as that piece of evidence is concerned. So next, we do need to look at the exponential moving average cluster on the hourly chart because this is a very commonly watched price chart. And as we can see here, we've already had several moving average crossovers into the bearish direction, into the downside direction. This has occurred with the 20-hour and 50-hour exponential moving averages already. We have seen both of those moving averages cross below the 100 and 200-hour EMAs. But more recently, what we're seeing now is this event here, which is the 100-period EMA crossing below the 200-period EMA. So this is essentially the final crossover that can happen when we're looking at these specific time frames. So this does suggest that the overall moving average cluster will continue to move lower, and the significance of this rests on the fact that this means that the stock itself will continue to face resistance levels at lower and lower levels. As long as these moving averages continue to move lower, we will start to see the share price itself start to have greater difficulty in overcoming these resistance zones. So overall, this is a bearish type of environment. And then we have to take that into consideration with the fact that there are going to be some very, very important fundamental updates that are being released this week. Specifically, we have to deal with the four major earnings reports that will be posted during the next few days, and this will include Microsoft, Apple, Meta Platforms, and Amazon, all releasing earnings reports roughly right around the same period of time. So, in many ways, you could argue that this is the most important trading week of the entire year. It's not hyperbole to say that. Um, we've seen a significant amount of selling pressure over the last 2 weeks, and this has been reflected in the Broadcom chart. I would say for the most part, Broadcom has actually held up fairly well compared to some stocks. Anybody that has seen my recent video on Meta Platforms would know that some of the Mag 7 stocks are faring much worse. We're seeing much greater downside pressure here in that stock. But and Broadcom has fared fairly well here. It hasn't done a bad job holding up in the face of this broader market selling pressure. But we can't deny the fact that there have been significant declines here, and this does suggest that there's a fairly strong amount of volatility and bearish activity that is developing at the moment. So if we do see some negative, performance results from these four companies. These are all in the Mag 7. So most of the Mag 7 companies are reporting earnings this week. If we do start to see some negative results or mixed results, it does stand to reason that the entire technology sector is going to start to trade under increased downside selling pressure. So, currently, we do have to take this into consideration with the technical viewpoint here, the chart analysis, which does tell us that we're really rapidly closing in on some new lows here. Even as I'm saying this, we can see that the price chart is coming in to test these prior lows that I just mentioned at 145.53. This would be the July 25 low. We're not quite there yet. We're roughly 80 90 cents away from that point currently. But we are closing on this. We're closing in on this level fairly quickly, and if we do see a downside break here, that will inject some volatility into this specific price chart, even before we actually get the release of some of these earnings, these quarterly earnings reports from these major four companies. So here's the current market analysis for Broadcom Incorporated, stock ticker AVGO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.